my Van and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Uruk-hai, Galu-Isen, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome to this, well, Friday morning for you. 8 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday, as I record another Isengard episode, and of course, version 4 has now been released to you all. It's been a relatively stress-less release, with the usual problems of large address aware not working for some people, and some people's game crashing in any event. And these are just problems we can't get around, to be honest. Everyone's computer will play the game in a different way. And some people will have crashes every sort of 5 turns. And without me actually coming to their home and rigorously testing everything that I could possibly think of, and knowing 100% that everything has been done right, there is nothing we can do, unfortunately. The problem with the internet is you can give an instruction, but there's no guarantee the person on the other end will do what you've said. Or indeed in the wrong or right way. So otherwise it's been fun. The only problem that we have seen is that sometimes Windows, this is a feature that I've learned, Windows has a name limit on files of 260 characters. Now that isn't the actual file itself being with 260 characters, but its entire folder path and its name cannot be more than 260 characters. Now in our testing, there isn't any files in Divide and Conquer if installed in the what we'll call the worst possible way, i.e. the longest possible folder structure. I can't see there are any files that do breach this 260 limit, but we are seeing a few people reporting that the game's telling them that it can't install certain animation files, and the reason is because it's suggesting that their name is too long. Now this problem is solved by simply not installing in the program files 86 folder and instead just moving your Steam out into the C or D or whatever drive you've got and not having it in the program files folder, which is also advised anyway because then it removes any trouble with permissions or virtual store issues. And so we would advise that in any event, as I say. But so it's a relatively simple fix, but unfortunately we cannot rename the files to match. We can't rename the animation files to match up with, to bring their names down, because it is a monumental job within a huge scope for crashing. Now we absolutely could do it if we had a team of, say, I don't know, 6 or 7 people, and we just said go through every single file where this file is found and rename it. And we don't know where all the locations where this file is found. So what this means is you've got to go through every single file in the mod and make sure that name does not exist. But it isn't normal files, you see. It's not like searching through a text document, so we can't just search for it. You've got to use a specific program to open the files that control how towns work, and it's a real pain. But we've only seen it for a few people, so I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's the end of the world. Right, what we're going to do, as many of you pointed out, is that the ring has been found in Bree, which is not too far away. But we only have 8 turns to get there, so even though it's not that far away, I am going to cheat move my army to go and get it. No, the only problem though is that I don't want to cheat move sort of one of those over, because I mean, we're cheat moving the army so I can show off a feature, but we don't, strictly speaking, need a general. But I feel like we should have one, so I am going to recruit a general. So we'll wait 3 more turns, and then that army is going to go and get the ring, so that we can get the ring under control. And by the time, hopefully, that I'll cheat move the army to Bree, but then I will walk the army back once we have the ring. Don't we need Saruman to pick up the ring, actually? No, I don't think we do. I can't quite remember, I'm afraid. It's been a long time since any tinkering has been done with this script. Anyway, what else is happening? In the north here, what time did I start? 10 past. In the north here, we are about to be absolutely annihilated, actually. We've waited too long, that was an error. Oh dear. We're about to see that Lothlorien are quite the powerful nation when stirred. But otherwise, no, version 4 has gone down well. I'll tell you something I did find funny, is that in the version 4 installation video that I released, in the description, of course, was the download links for Mod DB and Mediafire. And of course, on Mod DB, the file went live at the same time, and on Mediafire, in fact, the file went live 30 minutes before it did on Mod DB. And we had 5 comments on the installation video. 5 comments, almost identical, with people saying, so is it actually released yet? And it just makes me laugh so much. It makes me just stare out the window and think, how has humanity survived this long? And it does make me chuckle. It does make me chuckle. Also, quite a few people, or I've seen 3 comments of people saying, you've told us to go to Discord for assistance, but I can't find a link to Discord anywhere. And that one also gets me as well, and I think is deserving of scorn, because I say in the video that there's a link in the description to Discord. There's a link in the description of every single video on the channel since Discord was used and set up for this channel. But still, people don't think to just simply look in the description. Or indeed go to Total War Center, where the Discord links are everywhere. Or indeed go to Mod DB, where the Discord links again are literally everywhere. But no, these people, in their gut instinct, this is why we have store employees. I don't know about the rest of you, but when I'm in a shop, a retail shop, I will at least try and find the thing I'm looking for before I'll bother the staff, because then, inadvertently, they'll give you the look of, did you even bother looking for it? Whereas if you can say, I have looked for it, but I'm obviously just can't find it, then I'll ask the store employee. But so many people's instant reaction is just to ask. They won't even try and look, and I just find it absolutely fascinating. It's like a study on humanity, isn't it? And some of you may think I shouldn't give these people scorn, but I've not given you their names, because primarily because I can't remember them. But otherwise, no. Version 4 has been a relatively easy release, stress-free, as I say. So that is good. And you can all now play it. Stuck indoors, wherever you are, you can play version 4 to your heart's content. And that's about it, really. That's what I've got. Oh, I probably should have said yes to that. Oh, no, he would have spawned over here. I'm thinking, actually, because Saruman is supposed to be the one who picks up the ring, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to get rid of some of those, though. I will cheat move Saruman back, because he's actually not doing anything anymore, and he'll then get back just in time for this guy, so that he can swap out some ancillaries.
No sleeping here.
You're going into Galu-Isen. That orc army has disappeared, which I always find a bit bizarre. I don't know if Gondor came and just destroyed them. I'm not really sure what's happened, but they've gone. Now I want to keep some units in this fort to keep an eye on Caer-Andros. So that, oh dear, we're making so much money now. It's starting to get to the snowball point. So we'll leave behind. We only really need a couple of units. We'll leave you 2 behind because you don't really. You're trash basically. Oh, so are you, and so are you. So we'll leave all 4 of those. The rest of you can go home.
We have completed an objective.
Likewise, if we take most of you back as well, you can all go back and retrain. Lurch, you might as well. We don't really need anyone on the front here. Galu-Isen is a non. This is a nothing area until we take on Minas Tirith.
No sleeping here.
But we will cheat move Saruman back. I hope you are not aggrieved by this, because then we're going to move him to Bree. And Bree's going to have a very rude awakening when we suddenly drop in out of nowhere. I must also spend this episode, if you're in the United Kingdom, my computer has a very good graphics card. It's an NVIDIA RTX, I want to say, 2080. So when the computer came out, it was the second best possible graphics card from NVIDIA. The only one above it is the TI, if memory serves. And it performs excellently. It plays almost every game on my... Oh, it does. It plays every single game in my library at the absolute maximum possible settings. It's the dream. It's the dream I've had since I first started playing computer games on my sister's laptop in my parents' kitchen when I was younger. But anyway, so I've got a very good graphics card. But it's been having a problem in the past few months whereby when the graphics card reaches about 83 or 84 degrees... it has a single fan, or a blower as the gentleman on the phone kept calling it, but the fan revs up from its usual RPM, which is about 2,000, up to about 5,000, and it is incredibly loud. I've probably already mentioned this on the channel anyway. And it's ridiculously loud, and it revs up for about 5 seconds until the temperature drops, and then it will calm down, and then 2 seconds later it will rev up again, and it does it with the most bizarre games. So, for example, Endless Legend, it does it with Endless Legend, which I couldn't understand. It does it with PUBG, almost obviously. PUBG is quite possibly the worst game for things like that in existence. It really stresses every computer I've ever known anyone to play PUBG on. It's awful. It does it for PUBG. It also does it for Verdun, which I thought was very strange. And the recent one is Kingdom Come Deliverance. It does it for that as well. It also did it yesterday on... what did I play yesterday? Age of Wonders Planetfall. Oh dear, sorry, my phone isn't on mute. You may have heard the vibration. Although my test with the cat on the video the other day, I didn't hear Callie almost at all in when I played that video back. So I think actually I'm stressing over nothing. But anyway, so my fan has been making this incredibly annoying noise. And I contacted Chill Blast, and after some discussion with them and sending them a recording of what it does, they're just shipping me out a new graphics card. Obviously because the computer is under warranty. But it's just an example of how they've been incredibly swift. I've been in discussion with them for about 2 weeks, which granted is a bit of time. I'm fine with that. They obviously have other things going on. But I've been in discussion for about 2 weeks, and I sent them recordings of... I sent an actual sound recording of the computer. I've sent screenshots of different performance tools running. Oh no, you can't go on the walls here, can you? So I've sent like screenshots where I've been running certain tools that track performance and fan speed and temperature and things like that. And so now, as I say, they're just shipping me out a new one. And that was yesterday. They made the call to ship out a new one, and courtesy of them, I'm getting that today. And then I'll just pop in my old one and send that back with a courier, and it's all done. And so it's been a fantastic and very easy process. And so once again, I find myself saying, if you live in the UK or possibly abroad, I don't know if they do abroad, then do use Chill Blast to build your computer, unless you want to build it yourself, of course, because then you'll build it yourself. But if you're unsure, I would highly recommend Chill Blast. Because they've been very useful for me, and this is the second computer they've given me. And they also, my dad used Chill Blast as well last week, which I did find quite funny. He's had a laptop his entire life, and now that he's retired, he's really starting to get into Assassin's Creed. And he had a crappy little laptop that just could not run it. And I used to say to him, Dad, my dad is fairly wealthy, and I used to say, Dad, why are you playing these games on a crappy little laptop when you can easily get a solid gaming computer and it won't affect you at all? But my parents have what I like to call a wartime mentality. They always have had. And by that I mean they just refuse to spend money. They think that spending money is the devil and is the worst thing a person can do. I mean, and it is true. The rich get rich by not spending their money, is an analogy I'm constantly told in the office. But they're not trying to get rich. They're just so used to having very little and never spending money. But he finally pulled the plug 2 weeks ago, and he's got a nice new computer now, so he can play Assassin's Creed to his heart's content. Anyway, sorry, I've talked for about 15 minutes about almost nothing. I don't really want to attack Bree, I have to say. We'll lose so many forces unnecessarily. Oh, and look at Amli. Dear oh dear. Jesus, he looks like... Oh no, that's a horrible thing to say. Amli's just an interesting looking fellow, isn't he? Right, I think we will attack Bree though, actually, because their garrison is pathetic, and we want to actually do something this episode rather than me praise Chill Blast and moan about all of you, which I shouldn't really do, of course. Right, let's we'll just go through first and sort everyone out, make sure everything's fine. Oh, also do remember now that your games are now more up to date than this one you're watching, because this was long before we actually released version 4. I started this, aren't we? We're on episode 15 or something. Right, what I'm looking for is... Oh, no, I think we have got it. 2 free upkeep. Yes, no, that's fine. Right, so we want to make money from Entwide. This is a nothingy backwater place. We've got so much money, it really doesn't matter, but we'll go for a carpenter's hut, I suppose. So we started with Entwide. Oldberg, you're going to be near the front line, so if you do chuck in some military, actually... yeah, I think that would be alright. Tirith Anduin's getting some roads, and then you can just get some... Oh, the slave pit, actually. We'd want the slave pit. Get some free upkeep. Calenhad, you are going to be at the actual front. You're going to be a huge supporter in the war against Gondor. So if you could go for military. Thank you. Derwath, you're nowhere near important. Very far from the action. Let's get some roads in there and then just some general buildings. Oh, Isengard can upgrade, yes please. And we'll sort that out again in a moment. You're building a Chieftain's Hall, and then it looks like you've built every building. Is that correct? Oh wow, yeah, we have. Isengard has everything. Is that really our entire roster? Oh, wow. The Beast Breeder, by the way, even though it only says trolls and we can already recruit trolls, it recruits them faster. So you'd get them a little bit quicker. So it does have some purpose. But we'll go for a mining network then here, and that has some bonuses, so chuck that in as well. What is that? Population growth bonus 1.5, retraining down. I saw the minus and my head merged the two together. I was like, why would you want a slower retraining? Foldberg again. We can do with some money, so go for the Carpenter's Hut first, and even though I shouldn't line things up after the Carpenter's Hut, I'm just going to do that. I'm not sure we really need a dungeon, actually. We don't really need spies, but it does make a bit of money, I think, at dungeons. Is this a castle? Oh, yeah, we don't get anything in castles. Ah, you're going military as well, of course you are. Blacksmith, Ginyard, Carpenter, and then go through those. Headeras. Oh, look, you can get a great market. And we finally used up all our money. That's alright. Onodrith. Groghat. Carpenter's Hut afterwards. Oh, Rawberg can upgrade. Or Rochberg, sorry. And then we're back to Enride. Perfect. So we've got everything going. Oh, we only actually make 5,000. Dear oh dear. We'll make an awful lot more when all of those buildings build, and every single one will. Onodrith is the only town... Oh, Onodrith and Rochberg are the only two that didn't build, and they'll build on the next one, so... all set and sorted.
Yes, Lord.
Grima, what should we do with you? I'm not really sure what to do with you. Oh, hang on, and we need to swap our generals. We need to do the...
Get ready for fighting.
So, Saruman, you've got too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8. Yes, you have. So, imported goods. You can give that to Ashakter. And what does raw meat do? 5 movement, poison, 1 renown. Oh, we're not really bothered about that. Give that to Ashakter as well. So there we are. He's set and ready. And that's how you give ancillaries to other people, by the way. Remember, certain ancillaries cannot be traded. But we're going in. Amlith. Oh, Captain Arveleg's getting involved. You who lead your Dunedain fools to their death, Arveleg. And Amlith. Couple of Hobbit units. There's their 3 Defender units. They've got cavalry. Oh, it's an absolutely pathetic army. This is going to be a horrendous victory. We shall slaughter them, absolutely. The age of men surely is over. But the time of the orc has not come. Indeed, instead it is the time of the Uruk. Oh, Bree is broken in this version. That's interesting. I wonder why. Unless it's been upgraded. Has it been upgraded? Can Bree be upgraded? I didn't think it could. Oh, that's a cool statue. And it actually looks sort of like a Bree person. I don't really know why this isn't proper Bree, and I feel very annoyed now because we only brought battering rams. There's a strong possibility we're going to lose this because they're going to have very powerful towers if they man them. But no, we've got 3 battering rams. We should be all right. Who are we sending in on the battering rams? You 3. Good idea. Get them in, get them close. Otherwise, everyone else hang back until the moment. Right? Oh, cavalry though, you're not going to be going in at all. So let's get you right out of the way. You come and stand on the mountain here and give a sermon. Anyone else that we probably won't be using today? I don't think we're going to have much call for archers, but we're certainly not going to be using those cheap trash. They'll just die. We'll overwhelm our enemy here is the plan. Oh, the cavalry can be used against the Dunedain actually if we get the chance. We'll do that. We have got some range, but unfortunately there's a lot of crossbows. I'm not sure how useful an army our ranged units are going to be. But the rest of you are going in. And you're going to smash these fools. That should be more than enough, along with what's actually going in with the rams. That should do everything we need. And then the rest of you then can prepare if the Dunedain come for us, which I don't think they will, but if they do, they can prepare. If we need the archers, we will of course pull them in. Right, you might take some losses, but just hold steady, hold steady. They can't shoot all 3 battering rams at once. But unfortunately, the way that the ballista towers work is 1 hit is all that is needed. Oh, and you 2 morons. Oh, it's alright, there's no collision. That was lucky. Images of Dawn of War for a second there, where tanks get in each other's way all the time. It causes no end of bother. Come on, get that gate down.
Ram is in place. It will not be long before our enemies.
Right, the battering ram is in place. It is happening. It's all going off. We've all got to get through this one gap though, and they're going to squeeze us in like lambs. The main force is moving up now. Half-Orc Baneguard. They've been renamed to Orc-Men Baneguard. Uruk-hai infantry looking very fierce indeed. The captains with the white helmets. I've always liked those. The pikemen are marching off on their way. And then lastly, but not leastly, the Orthanc Guard. It is a mighty force this day that takes Bree down. We shall cut the head from this viperous snake. Or more accurately, we shall wait until they're all out of the way. Although we're taking losses, but go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. Get everybody in there.
That'll teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
Did I just hear that correctly? We just captured the enemy's general. Right, I need you all to get away from the wall sharpish because we're currently under the wrath. Have we got anyone that shield walls? Yes! Get yourselves forward. There they come, here they come. Busting through the line. Yes, there we go. Push these fools out of the way. You're not going to die to a load of bloody hobbits. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Just get away from the wall is all we need. Just get away from the wall. You can see their numbers just shooting down as they're getting shot. Oh, and some Watchman Bogart. There you go. You 2 at the back. Pull back. You can be the sacrifice. Right, come out, time 6. Right, you've done your duties excellently. So, let's line you 3 up. And then these 2 behind. Everybody into position. Get you all up the alleyway. You guys are going to hold whatever comes from behind. So then we just have the town square to take. Right, the Merchant Cav is here, the Westron Defenders, Breeland Militia, Breeland Bodyguard, and the other 2 defenders. So not a threat at all.
Hold your ground.
We have a unit for you all. How delightful. Why are you not doing what you're told? There we are, now they'll go where we tell them. Right, you guys go there. Next up, you've got the bodyguards. Pikes, you're going to stay on the end because you're going to take down the general. Infantry are going on that one. And then finally, those are all going there. If you could all run. You've all got 1 army each. Right, so it can begin. Go before they move positions. Oh, it's too late, they're already... I don't know what they're up to, but... They've absolutely ruined their chances by allowing us to field a long, solid line. How are you guys doing? Cutting down anything that tries to get back to the square. Perfect.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Oh, the Dunedain are here. Oh, that's who our cavalry were all shooting. The Dunedain charged our army. They did charge us. Oh, well, I wasn't paying any attention. Oh, well. Right, now it's just a bitter slog for the town centre. But our half-orc units will absolutely shred through the Breeland Militia, and they should handle the Westron defenders with ease as well. Of course, the pikes will have no trouble at all. That right-hand side is absolutely down. There we are, that's the cav going down. But the general managed to squeeze himself away, didn't he? Like the cowardly coward he is. Let's pull out the berserkers and flank with them.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Because you're effective against armour, you've got more hit points and you're absolutely brutal. couple them with a charge with assistance from the pikes. Oh, look at them. But being a pike unit in this situation must just be... If you really enjoy killing people, which Uruks and Orcs of course do, then this is the absolutely ideal situation. They're not even looking the right way. You're just poking people in the back. It's an easy kill. Oh, hey, up. Oh, dear. Our troops down the middle have lost. Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger. Now we're getting flanked. Those Dunedain Rangers have charged us. Oh, you're so useless. Right, we're going to need another unit to come in then, aren't we? Because that's not good enough. Who is that? Why have we got a unit apparently here, facing forward? Oh, it is you. That's right, they're all dead. That's not a problem. I don't think we do need to send anyone else in. We're winning in the middle. We've lost a little bit more, but just obviously this army just has one purpose: get the ring back. Now we will probably be attacked again. Life has fallen. Bree's hopes and dreams crashing down around him. Send the pikes to cross across. To cross across? That doesn't make sense. Send the pikes to hit the units coming in from behind. We're sandwiching them in quite nicely on that side. It's getting thinner and thinner. And that right-hand side, the militia's still holding out. Oh, apparently my new graphics card is coming between 11 and 12. Very exciting times. Right, let's speed this up. Oh, we're doing the shuffle. Oh, look, they nod as they do it as well. Do a nod, do a shuffle. Do a nod, do a shuffle. It's because they're in the wall formation. Just pull them out of the wall and just attack everything you can. There's no threat from what's left of this army. But they've got to fight on, haven't they? This is Bree, for goodness sake. This is the heart of Breedom in Middle-earth. Their capital, everything about their faction resides here.
Our men have taken control of the city.
To lose Bree now would be to die. Although I don't think it would. I don't know what kind of situation their war is in or anything like that. And we've got to sit in Bree for at least a turn. I think that's everyone, isn't it? Yes, 671 sadly died. We killed an awful lot. And the most kills, I'm seeing a 311 half-orc Baneguard. No surprises there. Very powerful and very good unit. As Turin Taramba, not Turin, sorry, Turin. You shouldn't pronounce it like a Y, as I am rereading again. It should be like moon. Turin. Turin. That's the helm of Dor Lomin, I believe, at the top of his head. The dragon helm of Dor Lomin. I can't remember the name of his sword, though, but someone will. I just don't find the first age as interesting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I relate so much more to the seconds and third. Beyond the age of sort of legends and myth. Oh, maybe it was just that Bree was updated, and that's just what a large Bree town looks like. I think that is it. I don't think... In fact, I know that that is it, because the normal Bree settlement has 2 hills on it. So Bree just can be updated, and so that's just what a large city looks like. Oh, yes, of course, hang on. It's because Bree has sided with the merchants. And when they do that, they can upgrade their towns 1 tier, and Bree is allowed to upgrade as well. So there we are. Problem solved. And now we just wait, as I say. Saruman will get the ring in a turn, hopefully. And then we'll get the ring script, which I must confess, I've actually never played through. So this is all going to be a fascinating test for us. Ah, but look, Dunland are right up there in Cardland already. So we may well have just sealed Bree's fate with that cheating move. But, I mean, no one's really bothered. Who cares what happens to Bree? We're not going to be going up that way again. That was kind of the perfect place for the ring, really. Other than perhaps Cadas Galadon. Because if we could have taken that in a one go. Oh, I imagine the elves are going to attack us on the next turn. Because it's only got 1 turn left. So I assume we're going to fight that next. But that will be in the next video, as this is going to conclude this one. So we'll get the ring, and we'll fight off the elves in the next one. I might do an extra, as I say, I might do an extra video per campaign a week if I am to be, have all this extra time in the mornings at home for the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. But until we speak again, dear friends, na varne den pedamad melonin, and farewell.